Hey everyone, welcome back to Fish Pond Farm. I am almost out of water, so I should probably go do something about that. Watering the floor does not help. I am really excited to be back and play this some more because I have been doing so much stuff. I finished the thing about the cooking, selling a certain amount of gold's worth of cooking. So I need to go to the island when I can and try to get some more ginger, because that's the new thing that I need to be working on. And then I need to also try and get more seaweed, because that is still the issue that I'm having, is that I do not have as much seaweed as I would like to have, so I will be working on that. Probably I can do that at the island. So those are kind of my goals for today. I want to get more seaweed so that I can get another fish pond, and I want to get some ginger if I can, to be able to ship it, because as far as I know, you can't actually grow ginger, which seems a little weird. I feel like you should be able to, but I don't know how you would plant it, because it doesn't seem like you can put it in a seed maker. I feel like I tried that. I might be completely wrong. I have over 500 of these, what the heck. But that is kind of where I am right now with what I'm gonna try and get done. I do need to actually, thank you. Pam's actually giving away alcohol. That's kind of unprecedented. But I do need to try and make sure that I'm getting all the stuff done that I need to get done, because I feel like I've been doing so many island things recently that I've just started abandoning some of my other responsibilities. So I need to make sure that that is not happening today, especially because I feel like I should enjoy time with my lovely animals in the nice weather. There's so many butterflies. It's a really nice day, so I don't just want to run off and leave and go to a completely different place all day. As much as I love the progress that I've made on the island, and I still plan to go there, but at this exact moment, I have some other responsibilities that need me. I'm going to just sell all of this because, again, I don't have a mill, so that doesn't seem like the most useful thing to have, and it's gonna take my inventory space. So also, those are gold quality, so I'm just gonna sell them today for fun. Perfect. I've finally gotten myself onto a schedule that isn't completely nocturnal, which is pretty nice. So I'm actually recording this at about 8:40 in the morning, before my internship, and I already recorded a Cell to Singularity video today as well, so this is gonna be tomorrow's video as of when I'm recording it, and that one's gonna be today's video, so it's kind of nice. I hate mornings, and I hate like having to get up early when I'm on a schedule where I'm like forced to get up at a specific time, but because I've been kind of flipping my schedule right now, I woke up at like 5, and I was able to just hang out in bed for a while and decide whether I was actually gonna get up or not, and I decided to, and I got a few things done, and then I made sure that everything was ready for getting ready to go to my internship. Like, all of my scrubs are clean and everything, and washed and dry. And then now I'm able to get 2 recordings done, possibly 3, I will see, because I don't have to be at my internship until 11, but it might be nice to have a little bit of downtime too, so I'll have to figure out what my priorities are for that. But I also watered some stuff outside that needed to be watered. I actually have another thing that I should water before it gets too hot, but it's been cooling off here recently, which is pretty nice, because there are some years when even in September it's just completely unpleasant, and just unbearably hot. And it's been still pretty hot, but kind of overcast as well recently. There have been some clouds and stuff, which make it a lot nicer, because then it's not as bad. And when I'm doing my internship, what I've done so far is all inside. I know there's stuff that is outside, but from what I've done, I haven't had to spend too much time outside. So the weather is kind of nice, but I still want to get my plants outside watered before it is hotter today. So I might just do this as the last recording I do before I have to leave, but either way, I'm having a lot of fun, and it's nice to be able to hang out with all my animals here. And then in a little bit I'm gonna get to go hang out with the animals that I'm working with at my internship. So they're very different types than these. Well, actually there are 3 chickens at my internship right now, but other than that, they're all very different than these, but they're cute, and I am always really tired when I come home from my internship, because it's 8 hours, and I'm standing for the whole time, usually just working on everything. I should actually save these, because I realized I really don't have that many things saved in my fridge. But it's been a really interesting internship so far, and I still have a lot of hours left, but I am going to get another 8 done today, and then 8 done tomorrow, because I have, or this video will be posted tomorrow, so by the time that people watch this, I might be done with 16 more hours. So anyway, that's sort of what's happening for me today. I'm gonna grab my lovely warp totem that I have now, and I'm gonna be really careful not to use it before I actually want to use it. Okay, that's not what I meant. There we go. These have been gold for so long, and I don't know when they will be done. I really want them to be done. Okay. And that's convenient, because then I don't have to pay Willy, but also he's been, whoa. I have never seen him in clothes like these ever. Okay. That caught me so off guard. Everyone's so happy here. What I was gonna say is, before I was talking about how, I'm here to work mostly. I was talking about how Willy's making a lot of money from me riding the boat. But now with the warp totems, I don't have to pay him. But now that the resort is open, not over, I'm talking way too fast. Now that the resort is open, he has to bring everyone over, so then he gets paid a lot from them too. So it's win-win for him and for me being able to get here without that now. Okay, the flounders are fine, but I really just need some seaweed. I also need to look for ginger, but I saw bubbles, so obviously that had to be a priority. I'm also not in them right now, but that's okay. I'll get them next time. And I don't even have to cook all of these into sashimi today, so that's kind of convenient. Oh, they're gone. Okay, I will go look for some other stuff then. And by other stuff, I mean ginger. I don't think there's ginger in here, but sometimes there are fiddlehead ferns, which is nice. I really can't talk right now. Bananas, maybe. That one doesn't say anything anymore. I want to go up the ladder. Also, I should go guess another number of starfish that I have not ever counted. I don't know why I walked into the wall. I glanced away from my screen for 1 second. I should also look at what's over here. Pineapple seeds. I have a pineapple. I can make more seeds. I don't remember which sapling I got already at home, which is the one that's full grown now. But both of those I want eventually. The volcano photo is cool. I don't have any of the things that I need for this though. This one actually seems kind of useful, except that I have sprinklers now. I feel like if that was available in the earlier part of the game, that would be really, really useful. But that is good to know. Also, you can get a luau skirt. That's kind of fun. The volcano photo is cool, but I really don't have enough for that right now. Eventually. Okay. Ooh, perfect. I'm trying to remember what numbers of starfish I've actually already guessed. Because I know it's not the two lowest. And I've been seeing a lot of them, so I feel like it's probably gonna be a lot. Okay. I'll just go with the highest one. Ooh. Okay. That worked then. Interesting. Is there another one yet? Nope. Well, that's exciting then. Yep, you think you're a parrot still. I don't know what you do now that you're just sitting there. Okay. I'm not too worried about time because I can use the warp thing to get home. But I want to look for a little bit more ginger at least because I feel like there was a lot where I went over by the tent, so I'm hoping that that means there will be a lot somewhere else too. I don't know if that's how it works, but if I need to, I can always sleep here or warp home really quickly, so that's convenient. There's also lots of coconuts. I also don't know what you do with this. I feel like it's something that should be done something with, but I don't know what that would be. Okay. And I should actually go check in here as well since I finished the last thing. Hi. Okay. Ooh. 3 days for this? Some of those aren't even in season right now. I don't know how to find those, but I will see about that. Ooh, perfection tracker. I have no friends. I have so few friends. Oh my gosh. I've caught almost all the fish. I think the fish caught doesn't include the kids of the legendary ones that were from that quest. I think it's just the ones that are actually showing up on the thing. But also, this is not the playthrough where I'm doing perfection. I have another one where I'm doing perfection, which I should eventually actually go back to doing. But I want this. Okay. I think I'm gonna save up for the missing stock list thing, because that just seems super interesting. And that implies, at least to me, that I feel like there should be new stuff that he sells if that gets given to him or something. So that seems useful. I don't know how to do the quest about finding the random beans, but I'll figure that out eventually. I know it's late, but I have so many things to take care of here. Okay. I have so many of these fossils now. And so many geodes. Okay. Good to know. Alright. Oh, it's a pretty successful day, I would say. It's been only the first day of this recording, but I already feel like I did a lot, which is always nice. I have used my only island warp totem, but it was definitely worth it. Also, the way this skeleton looks with the dog behind it is really interesting. Okay. So, I guess my next thing I need to figure out is what the heck bean seeds are and how to find them, and then work on growing those, I guess. So if you have the extended family quest thing with the legendary fish, and you only have 3 days for it, does that mean that all of them are available in any season during those 3 days? Or does that mean that you have to actively wait for the season in which they are available to get? Because 2 of them I don't think are available in the same season as each other. Because I think the glacier fish is only available in the winter, and the legend is only available in the spring, specifically in the rain. That's a little suspicious. Okay, I have to actually remember that the egg festival is happening. Okay. The crow is eating something. No, don't eat my stuff. I need to actually put a scarecrow there. Stuff is getting even more difficult to walk through over here, but that's fine. I want whatever this is to make fruits. Also, I didn't get any of the seaweed that I wanted, so that's very sad, but eventually. I'm just gonna sell all of those today, because I need inventory more than I need those specific things. Whoa, these guys gave me cactus seeds. That's an odd thing. Alright, perfect. Growing so much garlic. Once I'm done with school and am not as hectically busy as I am right now, I really want to actually grow more of my own produce, because my parents have a large yard where they have a lot of vegetables and fruit trees and stuff, and my house has some fruit trees and sort of a bed for growing vegetables, but currently there's nothing growing in there because the people who were renting this house just didn't have anything growing there, and I have been waiting to set that up until I'm gonna be more consistently here. But that seems like it would be super nice to do, and I've taken a class about basically working at the university's farm and sort of gaining an appreciation for like where food comes from and learning how to cultivate it, which has been really, really cool, because I feel like I kind of had that appreciation already just because my family grows a lot of stuff, and they don't live on a farm, but they just have space to do that, which is pretty cool. But I think that it would be really fun. And also, one of the problems that I have as a person who lives alone is that a lot of the time it's really hard to buy vegetables in the size of package that grocery stores have them come in and be able to actually use it up before it goes bad. But if I was able to grow some for myself, then I can just pick it when I'm ready to use it, and it wouldn't have that same issue quite as much, so that would be nice. And especially with certain foods that I really don't use very much, but there's occasional recipes where it's like, oh, it would be nice to have one of those, but they come in larger size packages that are designed for like larger families. It would be really convenient to just be able to use however many I need by planting like one green onion or something, and I can trim some of it when I need it, or I don't know. And like I've always enjoyed having my own little garden space when I have when I've lived with my parents, and when I was younger they gave me a little area that was like my stuff to plant and weed and water and take care of, and I would grow some little flowers or vegetables, and that was always really fun. So I feel like that's something that I would like to do probably after like next winter, because that's when stuff academically will sort of start to calm down for me. And then I need to make sure that I'm able to hopefully have the time and energy to do all of that. But I've kind of started hypothetically planning some stuff for that, because that just seems fun, and it also seems like a good skill to have, because I feel like just being able to make your own garden that can provide food seems... I don't have a torch. Okay, Elliot hates me apparently. But that distracted me and I completely forgot what I was saying. Oh yeah, I think like a lot of people who live in larger city areas are like losing the ability to know how to grow food for themselves, which I personally think is kind of sad, because I think that it's fun, number one, and number two, I think it's kind of an important skill to have. Also, he said the water cave, and I don't know whether that's this one. Also, it was a person named Fizz, so I actually don't know what gender that individual is. But, I don't think it's here. But I think that by being able to grow at least some food for your own self or your own household or whatever living situation you have, I think it's really useful, because then you don't have to worry about, like I said, you don't have to worry as much about all the produce going bad if you pick it as it gets ripe and use it as it gets ripe, and not buy a huge package of whatever all at once, because sometimes in the stores they come in larger packages than can realistically be used by one person. But also, I think it's just really useful because there's... Oh, there. Okay. This person is fascinating. Am I? I'm not actually trying to achieve perfection right now. You kind of do actually look like someone who would lie. Nope. Goodbye. Is he gonna just lurk in my cave now? Or it's not even my cave, but the cave where I happen to enjoy my lovely collection of mushrooms when I get them. Okay. But yeah, I feel like being able to grow, even if it's not like a whole farm, but just being able to... Oh, there's one of them. The beans. Those look so weird. What the heck? Being able to grow even just like some herbs on a windowsill or some vegetables or fruits, I feel like is really useful. And I think it's obviously like a lot of people have really convenient access to a grocery store, maybe more readily than they have access to space to actually grow like a full garden, which is obviously kind of a limiting factor for some of it. But also groceries right now can be so expensive, and I feel like if you buy a packet of seeds, even though you have to wait and it's not necessarily something where you have that all year round, it's actually kind of convenient to be able to grow that at that time and not have to buy whatever it was until the other things are done being used up that you've grown. And also, depending on what it is, like my mom does canning and stuff where she's able to grow tomatoes that then can be used for basically a year if there are enough, and she can just use them at any time, or like canned peaches or jam that she makes from fruit from our tree, or just all these things. And I was thinking about it because it's like those are some skills where I have helped her with canning and I've watched her do canning pretty much my whole life, but in terms of if I was given canning equipment right now and told to can, would I know what to do with it? Maybe not. I mean, generally yes, but the exact skills, I'm not really sure. Like the duration that you boil it, and you boil it and then you put the other thing in one part and then you have to leave it for a certain amount of time and then you have to boil the stuff before you put in. It's just like a lot of things where it's like, it would be really useful to learn that, and I have never done it, and I feel like I should. And the same thing I feel like with being able to know how to grow some food to provide for yourself. And obviously that's not really something that applies to everyone if people don't really have access to space to do that. But because I do, it's something that I just would like to do eventually. Wait, so I'm supposed to have 500 of these. That's a lot of these. And I don't have... I only have one. Okay. I don't know how this is gonna go. We'll see. Interesting. I put it so close to the scarecrow because I really, really don't want to lose it. I'll just sell the fossil stuff today because I can. And I'll sell the cheese today because I can. And I got a lot of ginger today, which is exciting. Okay. But yeah, I'm curious what that thing is for other people where it's like a skill that seems like it's being forgotten but has a lot of value if people did learn it, like being able to grow food or being able to do canning, or I think another one is like being able to sew things, because I know that still is a skill that people have and people do use, but at least in the US recently, like all the Joann stores closed, which is kind of an indication that people are sewing way less than they used to, which also, like, it does make sense because people just buy their own clothes, and when they get worn out, they buy new clothes, which is another whole issue with fast fashion and the environmental cost of all that and stuff. But, like, there's less pressure of like, okay, well, this is the clothing item that I have, and I'm going to mend it until I have to buy a new one. And I feel like also just like completely making clothes from a pattern or something is also a skill that isn't as prevalent as it used to be. And there are some skills like that where it's like, logically, those don't necessarily need to be something that everyone knows anymore, but also there are reasons where that could be useful. So I'm curious what that is for other people. Like, what is the thing that you feel like is being forgotten or lost as a skill that is important and more people should go out of their way to either learn or teach themselves? Okay, that's a pretty good income today. Yay. Alright, it looks like my tarot's done today, which is really exciting, but the biggest question is the basement done? No, it is not. Also in this game, you learn how to grow your own food, and you also can learn how to sew. So that's pretty cool. This bean looks weird. But anyway, I have played the 2 days that I normally do. This is a lot of fun. But I'm going to leave this here. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you liked it. Let me know the answer to that question about what skill people are losing that they shouldn't be. And hopefully I will see you next time. Bye!